Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, taking flight in the Airbus A320neo in Druk Air colours, Royal Bhutan Airlines subsidiary for domestic short-haul flights. And yeah, it should be a rather fun little trip this. So, flying from Kathmandu to Bhutan, we get to enjoy scenes of the Himalayas, as well as the tallest point on the Earth, Mount Everest, on our route today. And overall, it should be a pretty good trip. So jump to the cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our flights today. So let's get onto this, shall we? First things first, both actually come on. We will set the 3 ADIS to nav, solar power set. Fuel truck's on the way, so we'll be fueling up in just a couple of moments. Temperatures will set towards the warmer side of things, since it is currently in the middle of winter, and therefore temperatures outside are pretty cold at the moment. So just give passengers that little bit of warmth would always be appreciated. Best of approach today, yes. Approach should be rather funky today. It's almost like a kayak style approach in Paro, so should be a pretty fun one. That again, this lighting. I think my next purchase will be hang on, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. See if I can try and get something out of this. It's always fun to experiment with lighting while you're live, isn't it? Something over there is not quite liking that. Bit of colour correction. Thank you there, Right Red, for the $2 much appreciated. Here's your pay again in flights. Very nice. How long's that one? It's a couple of hours in that route. Definitely a couple of hours in that one. That's kind of better. That'll do. Right, so let's get going. Fuel on board today is £12,950. 12,950. So not much fuel on board today. It's quite a short flight actually. It's only about 1 hour 15 minutes on paper. Once we're in the air though, I think this could be a little bit longer than that. Right, 12,603. So it'll be 31% we need. Perfect. Going to be doing a visual approach, Diego, presuming we come in via the south. We've got on paper it's runway 15 for landing. Is 15 the fun one? Let me know, guys. Is 15 the fun one? Right, set the pumps up. We'll use automatic seatbelt signs on, and that will do for the overhead panel. Go down to the MCDU now. Let's program the basics. We'll do this in manually today, since there's only about 5 waypoints, which is not exactly a massive one to go for today. Right, utilization. We're going from where are you? Victor November Kilo Tango VNKT Kathmandu to Victor Quebec Papa Romeo VQPR. Taipei Hong Kong we can do. It's quite a fun one actually. How long is Taipei Hong Kong? How long is that route? Maybe do it today. Who knows? I do try and get 2 streams today if we can, because this is quite a short flight. So if we try maybe do like a medium-ish 747 flight later, I'm sure we can have a bit of fun with that. IRS will start aligning, so that'll take a couple of minutes. And if we get onto the cost index of 11 and a cruising altitude of flights level 310, that will be our aircraft set up and ready to go. 0 fuel weight to gravity, we'll pull that from the systems. Block fuel on board is 5,840 kilos, 5.8. And let's now start loading our passengers on board today. So, start our flights. Let's sim brief all the information. We have a grand total of 78 people on board this flight today. It's a very, very quiet flight, I must admit. Kathmandu to Paro, Kilo Bravo 401, 31,000 feet. Flight time is 43 minutes. We'll push out to 45. Departure in approximately 1/4 past, so 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. A320neo, whoops, 78 people. Next page. There's no Wi-Fi, no entertainment, no body music. I have managed to find a safe demo. This was by far the most difficult safe demo to find for Druk Air Bhutan Airways. So we found it. It was not easy, but we found it. We get snack service. Actually, I think we get a meal service. Not a long flight, but meal service does exist. So with that, let's start boarding, shall we? In your opinion, is 747 a revolutionary plane? Of course it is. It's the first double-decker, the first dedicated passenger and stroke commercial jetliner. It's one of the most revolutionary aircraft ever built. Right, so we'll set all the brightness up, and then we'll start programming our waypoints. Perfect. Also, flight number today, KB401. Yeah, this lighting's a bit too dark for my liking. There is where I can try and boost that slightly. Colour correction, brightness goes up. Contrast, add a bit of colour. I think I'm going to try to get like a proper, what's it called, like the ring lights, the LED ring lights that will fix any issues with this lighting. That's kind of better, not perfect, but kind of better. Right, flight plan, let's get going with this. First waypoint, Kimti. Kimti, we fly to Bravo 345. Oops, that needs to be airway, yeah, that's fine. Bravo 345. Tumli. Golf 348 and Subsu. Insert that. Perfect. We'll set up our SID. We're on Unicom today, 122.8, so no need to speak to Tower, I don't think. Unless there is Kathmandu Tower, I'll double check. No, currently Unicom 122.8, so it'll be a relatively quiet flight today in regards to ATC communication. Yes, because actually it's only 31,000 feet. It's a 40-minute flight, so it's not exactly a long haul breaker today. Should be a good one though, scenery-wise. Should be rather good. Everything from Mount Everest right down to the Himalayas. Right, so our departure today will be on runway 02 on the Igris 1 Bravo. 02 Igris 1 Bravo. Transition will be via Kimti. And with that, we can now insert our departure. That's all in. You just have to taxi to the north, doing a loop around the city before departing to the east. So yeah, basically we're going to head towards the mountains, but immediately make a left-hand turn, give the aircraft a chance to climb before flying out. Quite a fancy little departure. Yes, Simbrief is available for FSX. The only thing you pay for is Navigraph, but Simbrief itself is free. Right, so we'll start the APU. Yeah, like I say, I'm done with ABAD Studios. I've done the announcements, I've talked about it. I think I've now done enough of ABAD, so the less we talk about them, the better, I'd say. Right, 31,000 feet. Let's grab the METAR information for here in Kathmandu. There is none. Okay, let's pull it from the MCDU, shall we? Passengers have boarded.
You're ready to go when you are.
See menu, weather request, and send. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if you got no weather info at all on this flight, just because of how short this one is. XR, I've got the Totus XR. It's a decent little aircraft. Very good range. Very good range.
Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure.
So wait for the company message arrivals we have. AOC menu received. It's going to be a very empty message, this. Yes, Paro has no weather information, therefore base our entire flight on the Kathmandu weather. So let's pull Unicom out. Runway 02. Sid is the... Give me a second, plug in all the information there. Icarus 1 Bravo. Transition altitude is 11,000 here. Taxiways, parking type, gates. Right, okay, perfect. That's all fine. This is Catalonia 320 to my right. Small little piper to my left. If I look at the cabin, with only 78 people, this aircraft, I can imagine, yeah, completely empty. Completely empty. Any names people we could recognise? Probably not. Probably not today. No, okay, that's fine. So yeah, empty aircraft should be a simple enough one today. Also see the sign on. 350, no 350 at Microsoft Flight Sim. Not yet available. The giveaway, it was a copy of the Mako Sim at Birmingham Airport, which came out on Friday. Right, so, let's make sure we're on live weather, which we are. Let's have a look at weather. So, 280 at 6 knots, 5,000 meters visibility. I've got a feeling actually no, the weather is working. It's kind of hazy. It is kind of hazy. So, we'll see. Fuel class 1,500, 15 degrees centigrade, 2.7. So actually it's not as cold as I thought it would have been. It's actually quite warm over here. QNH 1018. I thought it would be minus something and frozen. Obviously not. Right, AP is running, AP bleed active. We'll cut the external power for 2 seconds. I'd say I'd like Liverpool to win. I don't know. I don't know. So confused because I used to, well, despair Liverpool winning the title. They've done it now, so what the hey, it's more fun for United now to not win it again. Can you stream with the 340? There's no 340 yet, Microsoft Flight Sim guy. There's no 340 yet. When it does arrive, then I'll do it. Right, so up a performance now for takeoff, so we'll use flaps. It's not the longest runway here at Kathmandu, but at the same time, yeah, I think we'll be alright for flaps. We'll do flaps 2 today. Actually, all things considered, we'll do flaps 2. Flex temp is 71. V speeds are 122, 123, and 127. Transition 11,000. Right, that's all. That's Norris Martin. Always happy to help. Glad you're glad to see you on the flight today. Right, we are now ready to push and start, I think. Passengers have boarded. We're on the aircraft. Make sure that the nav lights are on. The rope's automatic. Beacon lights are on now, so that ground crew is ready to push back. Yep, I'm happy with all that. Let's get rolling, shall we? So we're going to use pushback zoomer again. So once again, I do need to be relatively silent. And we'll need pushback to facing south. Yeah, pushback facing south. So I need to be quiet now while pushback zoom does its thing, because as you guys know, if you start talking, it starts doing weird things. So let's announce on Unicom that we're going to push back. We are going to open up zoomer. Oh yes, the user point. Thanks for reminding me. Let me go remove you. Right, let's do this. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
We turned beacons on, right? Yes, we did. We don't talk about flight channel, Vladislav. I can tell you now, the flight channel is not particularly liked within the flight simulator community. Voice chat to ATC, I use IVAO, Nicholas. I use IVAO. Ground from flight deck.
Good afternoon, Captain. Departure checks completed. Doors and hatches closed. Bypass pin inserted. So please release brakes.
Brakes released.
Okay, pushback begins.
Ladies
You
and
may
gentlemen,
begin starting
please
the
direct your
engines,
attention
Captain.
to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Turn facing south.
Sure, start turning so you will be facing a southern course.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Druk Air Royal Bhutan we have your attention to the following safety.
Stop pushback.
Okay, please confirm when the parking brakes are set.
Brakes set.
Okay, have a nice flight.
Right, so there we go. Pushback complete. Flight channels. So basically, they're not liked within the flight sim community because what they do is they use Flight Simulator to release videos of airplanes crashing while the investigations themselves are still going on. Especially the 737 MAX stuff. They released the videos even before, well, the day the aircraft actually crashed. They released a video showing it doing its thing, and I'll tell you now, they're not well liked within the flight sim community. That guy's pushed back the wrong way. I'm fairly sure I know who he is as well. I'll drop the link to the IVAO web on chats. Druk Air, so they're the... I'm not sure if they're so much low cost, but they're kind of the more local subsidiary of Royal Bhutan Airlines. They do short haul flights, they do domestic flights within Bhutan itself. So they're a medium-ish size kind of carrier. They've only got one A320 Nepal, A320neo. The majority of it is ATRs, and I think you've got a few Q400s as well. So give me 2 seconds to grab you a tracking link. Currently over Kathmandu. Outbound Druk 401. So if you want to track our flight, you can do so via this link right here. Just do a quick flight control check, make sure everything is running as it should do. So, flight controls. Elevators set. Ailerons set. Rudder set. Speed brakes set. Perfect. Flaps down to 1. Arm the spoilers. Cut the ignition. Overhead panel. We will turn off the APU. Turn on the taxi lights. And let us lock the cockpit door. And let's get going. So, brakes released. And let's get going. Auto brake sets to max. Oh yeah, flaps 2, wasn't it? Cheers to that, guys. Flaps 2 for takeoff. Taipei, Hong Kong takes about 2 and a bit hours. Okay, okay, I think we'll do that next. So, this afternoon, we'll do Taipei to Hong Kong. Fly the 747, try and maybe do a Cathay Pacific or something. I think they used to fly 747s on that short route, so should do quite nicely. Next long haul flight, not sure what next long haul flight will be. Perhaps next weekend we'll see. I'm hoping my next flight will be in the A330 when that new version releases, but at the moment we're not quite sure when the V2 will release, so we'll kind of have to wait and see on that one, I'm afraid. Right, so we need to check the cabin. Takeoff config set. And with that, our pre-takeoff checklist is now complete. We're using IVAO, Captain Charlie. Not using the servers, we're using IVAO. So it looks like there will be a bit of a backtrack on the departure today. So hold position, we'll announce backtrack, and then we'll get departing. Joystick, Thrustmaster, HOTAS Warthog, taxi to runway, line of takeoff. Backtrack is required, so that's fine. Send that. Transponder is automatic, that's fine. Right, brakes released. Landing lights on. Let's get going. Cabin crew, seats for departure, please. Speed to taxi at generally around 15 to 25 knots. Slower in the turns, a bit faster on the straights. Yes, the Paro approach is... It's not so much difficult, it's more kind of the angle you've got to come in from at. It's definitely a fun one. We'll have a bit of fun later with the Paro. Chewy on Twitch and the crash, he turned a bit too late, so watch out to do things really well. Yeah, that's the thing. You've got to time it just right, the approach to Bhutan, into Paro. If you don't, then, well, try and go around. Otherwise, the valley itself is not exactly the widest thing in the world. Should we chart rather? Yes, absolutely. So we depart, we need to make a left heading immediately, kind of follow the valley around Kathmandu into climb, overfly the airport again, and then on our way to Paro. No worries, Rosa Rabbit. Glad you're enjoying the watch. So we've got takeoff clearance, we've done our pre-takeoff checklist. Let's get going, shall we? Throttles up 40, 1 to a stable, up to flex. And get aircraft holding shots, 80 knots. 100 knots. V1 rotates. Positive rates, gear up. The other aircraft there is not communicating on ATC. That's going to be a problem if he's not following Unicom. That's 1. We'll leave the turn for the autopilot to manage. Throttle back, climb, flaps up. Very beautiful departure. Very beautiful. Will you do Melbourne to Heathrow? At some stage we can do random fam, but not soon. It's a long flight that. Can't wait for the perfect day for it. Do you prefer not to use terrain button? We'll use the terrain on the arrival. No requirement for departure since we're following the sit out which avoids the terrain. The landing will definitely be using terrain for. Seems all defaults, correct. All default scenery. And it is a stunner. Seriously, it is. Okay, the aircraft is now departing. I've made my thoughts known of Riata on the Airbus scandal. Like I say, the less we talk about it, the better. Take care, Olivia. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Have a good night. So we're now almost done with this left-hand turn. We've passed 10,000 feet, so we'll turn off landing lights. And standard altimeter will set. Yeah, I'm not sure what XP's issue with the A320 was, because I'm using it right now with... Hang on, what is he doing? Where are you going? It's very low, very fast. Yeah, I'm not sure what issues he had with the A320, because, well, for him the big one was the radios, which was completely bust, but I'm not sure. His issues something a bit bigger than that, I can imagine. Right, clear the spoilers, and now we sit back, relax, and well, make our way over to Paro. Keep an eye out, so we should spot Mount Everest on this journey today. Should be very good sights. Welcome Matt, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. How are you today? So if you want to track our flights, you can use the pinned comments, which is the flight tracking link for IVAO website. I'm going to go zoom out all the way on the ND, because yeah, airport's so close to us. It's not going to cause us any things. 31,000 feet cruise, we're at 16,000 now. We'll reach cruise. You've got to remember that the train here is high enough anyway, it's like 5,000, 6,000 feet, so regardless, we'll definitely be spotting some of the terrain. Next group flight, last Sunday of every month, so this will be January the 31st this month. What's the function of the stick behind the side stick? Oh, you're talking about this one. So this is a nose wheel tiller. So in commercial aircraft, instead of using the rudder to taxi the aircraft, you use like a steering wheel per se. So you kind of use the tiller to turn the aircraft left and right. And so that there's a nose wheel tiller. It's not yet functional, but basically that is what steers the nose wheel of an aircraft's, rather than having the rudders do so. Head calculating rotation speed, MCDU does that, so you can't show it anymore because in our pass or incline phase, but use the MCDU to calculate the takeoff speeds of your flights. When you know turn off seatbelt signs, once we've departed, once we're stable, so right now we're at 19,000 feet, the aircraft's stable, no major turns up ahead, therefore seatbelt sign, we can now, well, turn off. Flight time about 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and then later I'm doing Taipei to Hong Kong. So keep an eye out. We are going to see Mount Everest on this flight today. I'm not sure where exactly it is, but it'll be somewhere just to our left. And again, the approach into Paro, very exciting, very difficult, so definitely try and get ourselves in our A game for that. Welcome Joshua, how are you doing? Welcome channel to the chat, how are you today? Flex temp calculator, well I'll use a calculator for that, so if you want to calculate your A320 flex temp, I use this website right here. It's built for the A320 for the FS labs, but it's the same aircraft at the end of the day, so you can use the same numbers. But I like it. I like it. It's a good little tool. I've played the X-Plane 10 demo. I play more X-Plane 11. Will you do flight report when you can? Hopefully. The last flight report I did was the 717 flights with Volatea. So if I fly something interesting, of course I'll do a trip report. If it's a more of a boring, generic kind of flights, like 737 from A to B, as it always is for me, then those ones I generally do not do as much. The A321 is on the Megapack Discord server, Leon. The Megapack Discord server. Bhutan do flight on A319, yes, they do. And then Druk Air, I think they actually more do ATRs rather than A320neos, but given that we don't have an ATR yet, A320neo it is. But no, just take back the scenery, and once again, just the reason why Microsoft Flight Sim is so awesome when it comes to this stuff. It's a beautiful platform. Very well put together, this. Massive credit to Asobo for what they've done. And again, it's the first platform to use satellite imagery in such high resolution ground textures and mesh. It just all fits so well. It all fits so well. This delivery is on FlightSim.2. Jet anti-ice I haven't, because it's not freezing conditions. It's 16 degrees centigrade. No clouds, and therefore no need to activate the anti-ice. If it's fog on approach, and we may do, but I've looked at the weather report, it's not quite as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday, 0 visibility. Now it's a bit more to view, so fingers crossed will be good. Not live time, so we're back an hour before live time, so we can enjoy some of the sunsets, but this is live weather, yes. Already answered the question, Charlie. Already answered the question. Johannesburg to Melbourne. Again, we can do it at some stage, certainly. Quite a few long flights you're trying to give me there, Guy Nam. Anything shorter, perhaps? How high graphics settings? It's a mix of high and ultra, my graphics. A mix of high and ultra at the moment. So, okay, we're expecting runway 15 into Bhutan, which I'm hoping is the... No, it's not. It's the southerly approach I want for Bhutan, so I may change that actually. I may change that from the flight plan to a bit more fun. Alright, so is that it? Or is that it? Which one is Mount Everest? Which one is the highest point from the Earth? I think it's actually that one a bit further away. Yeah, I think that's the one. How to play it? I'm using the Thrustmaster Hotas Warthog. I'm using a stick for this one. Hotas Warthog. Not a cheap bit of kit, but very, very good. One of the best you can get on the market. Mount Everest stands alone. Yeah, in that case, that one. What time? 7% flights? Not sure yet, Max. Sometime towards the afternoon here in the UK. Would you like to come over someday? I'd rather take a helicopter up and just land on top. I don't know. It's not a cheap thing to do. It's a lot of effort. I'm not exactly the fittest person in the world, so I'm not sure if I'd survive the trip up. We got window views to meet. We have got window views. Maybe a bit turbulence now. I'm actually going to turn the seatbelt sign back on. Hopefully the turbulence lightens down a bit, but given that we are flying alongside the mountains right now, I have a feeling it's only going to get worse and worse for this one. Yeah, very bumpy today. How do you use PACX on X-Plane? When you downloaded it, you're using Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, so for X-Plane, it gives you options. So do you use X-Plane 10, 11, FSX, P3D, Microsoft Flight Sim. So basically, when you install PACX, just select the platforms you use it with. Are you flying a small plane like the Cessna 172? Probably not from Taipei to Hong Kong. Probably not. Favourite aircraft, 737 or 747. 73 or 74. Jihad Heathrow, again, a route we can do at some stage in the future, certainly. The longest flight I've done in a flight sim. So back in X-Plane, I flew the Magnite 787 in Qantas colours from London Heathrow to Perth. That was 18 hours. We then did a 30-minute turnaround, and then I flew from Perth to Melbourne, which was a further 2.5 hours. So from London to Perth to Melbourne, in total 22.5 hours. How many passengers on board the flight packs? Well, when you fly a flight plan in IVAO, it gives you like a number of passengers, and I can use that number for that. So it's not exactly a busy flight, this one, and therefore you just kind of half-load the aeroplane. Yeah, you can see the aircraft is definitely combating the turbulence right now. FPS improvement. It's because we're flying in the middle of nowhere. There's no scenery to load apart from mountains, and so frame rate wise, things ain't looking too bad. Yeah, apart from mild shaking, not a bad flight so far. And given that we are at 31,000 feet, even there the terrain, the ground, doesn't look that low. It really doesn't look that low, because Mount Everest at its peak, I think it's like 27,000 feet, something like that. So, definitely a bit of height in there. What are the liveries from? The liveries mega pack for the majority of them, and for the odd missing aircraft, I use flights not 2 for the aircrafts. Why is there always turbulence over mountains? It's called updrafts. So when the air is flowing in a straight... If you're on a flat plane, air flows, wind flows in one direction. If there's a mountain in the way, the air flows, it hits the mountain and gets forced upwards. So it's, instead of being a flat terrain, flat wind, it pushes it up, and that updraft hits your aeroplane. So that's what causes turbulence over mountains. Air being forced upwards as it runs up the side of the mountains and hills. 29,000 if Mount Everest, there we go. So, wow, if we flew over the mountain itself, maybe 2,000 feet of clearance. Kathmandu is default scenery, yes. I don't think there is any mod for Kathmandu yet. Have you flown some real life? Have you, Miguel? Very nice. I'd like to one day. I'd certainly like to visit Bhutan at some stage. Maybe one for the future. Could you do a tutorial on custom views, Drawyah? I've already done one, Cuttles. Already done one. Why aircrafts don't have cup holders for pilots? I'm fairly sure it does. I'm fairly sure. There you go. Cup holder. Alright, gonna start programming our arrival information. It's all RNAV, so we're doing RNAV runway 33 via the Subsu approach. Do you have Subsu? Subsu 1, perfect. Input that. Via, do we have a Subsu via? No, okay, in that case, no vias, and insert that. So there's no frequency for runway, since, well, technically it does have one, but RNAVs aren't quite functional at Microsoft Flight Sim. We'll plug in the approach info. Since there's no METAR station at Bhutan, we'll use the same information as we had at Kathmandu. ASC menu. Come on, it's so hard to click. The aircraft's bouncing around so much. It's so hard to click on these buttons. Receive messages. There we go. METAR. That's the only info I need. So winds are 280 at 6. 15 degrees centigrade. Atom, so 1018. That will do. Right, so let's plug in our performance. So QNH 1018. Temperature is 15 degrees centigrade. Magnitude of winds 280 at 6. Transition altitude will be 14,000. Decision height will be 900. Right, let's carry on, shall we? Ooh, gosh. Look at that for an approach. Yeah, I'm going to give myself a minute to just revise the charts for this one, because, yeah, so what we do is we come in from the east, follow the valley itself, and the valley itself guides us into the runway. It's a crazy one, this. Oh, and sun setting. Even better. Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. What's the, where's the fun in full visibility? Where you get points with your autopilot plan. SimBrief. I use SimBrief for flight plan, and it puts it into this Lido format. So that right there is our route. Runway 33 in use right now. Runway 33. Due to the winds, heading at 260, 33 is the optimal one to land at today. Lido, it means it's Lufthansa something. Lido, Lufthansa. Where are you? It's Lufthansa. It's Lufthansa Information something something. I can't quite remember what it stands for, but it's a flight plan that's been designed by Lufthansa Systems to kind of make it easier for pilots to understand. Okay guys, let's have a vote in chat. Do I move the time back 1 hour or not? Can we do a thing? I don't know. You guys decide. In case of visibility and fancy graphics on approach, do we move time back 1 more hour? So 1 vote's for no, 1 vote for definitely. No, no, yeah, yes, yes. It's very 50-50 this. Very 50-50. Could you do a tutorial on SimBrief? I've already done one, Quite Raven. Already done one. Oh, it's very 50-50. Hang on, let's do a straw poll. Let's do a straw poll. Come on. Because I can't count like this, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Not you. IP unification involves okay, create right. Results, vote, share, right. Here we go. Do I move back time 1 hour? Hopefully this thing also updates. Oh gosh, everyone is it is close. I think the yeses have it at the moment. Yeah, I think the yeses have it. That's it, Lufthansa Integrated Dispatch Operation. Cheers, Keaton. Yep. The yeses have it. The yeses have it. So, 1719 will be 1619 now. Allocated to Gatwick, can do at some stage. Allocated to Gatwick. Why can't I do my custom views anymore? There we go. Royal Druk Air. It's Royal Druk Air Royal Bhutan. So we'll be starting our descent in a couple of minutes. Start our descent in just a couple of minutes. Oh, we had an aircraft apart from Lukla on its way to Paro. Do Druk Air fly to Lukla? I don't think so. It's an A320 from Lukla. I don't think that's quite. Don't think that's quite right. Oh, I can see what's happened there. So he spawned at. Gee, where did he spawn? He spawned somewhere over halfway around the world before jumping in. Flight time stays about 45-ish minutes. Maybe a little bit later, given the approach in today, but about 45-ish minutes. Still fighting winds, still fighting the turbulence here. This aircraft's rocking like crazy today. I have done the land changes airport, yes I have. I'm not crazy. I think I've done most of the land changes now. Certainly all the jetliner ones. I've done a majority of the prop stuff as well. I do like them, the changes. They're not long things in the world. They do kill a bit of time. How many subs do you have this time last year? This time last year I had about 2,900 subs. I just hit 3,000 when the whole Microsoft Flight Sim stuff happened. Landing on runway 33 today. Landing on runway 33. So coming in from the south, we will be doing the fun one today. If you could buy a prop liner aircraft, which a propeller aircraft, as in GA prop or passenger prop? Right, we'll start our initial descents down to 10,000 now. And then from 10,000, we'll see where it goes from there. Runway 33 on the Zulu, RNAV. 33 on the Zulu. Charts for Paro, search them on Google. Victor, Quebec, Papa Romeo charts. They are everywhere online. So start our descent now. Landing in just a couple of minutes. Welcome Klopp, how you doing? Has two throttle TC Airbus 4030 in the future, yes. If you get two of the Airbus sticks and combine together, you can use them for 4 different throttles. Can handle turbulence on board. I've done when I flew from Athens to Limnos in the ATR 42. That's a flight that's about an hour and 55 minutes in length. Cruises at around 16,000 feet. The day I flew to Limnos in the ATR 42, not Key 400, they flew ATR on that day. The winds were pretty bad, and we ended up cruising at 9,000 the entire way due to high turbulence. And I can tell you now, the ATR was rocking like crazy the entire trip. Enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it, but I can tell you, it's an experience to be in such a small little prop aircraft with maybe 10 other people on board, and it shaking around like crazy. It's an experience, but definitely had a lot of fun on that one. Now, why are you not descending us? Subsu is... Yeah, it doesn't really give the altitudes, doesn't it? PR854 need to be at 17,000, but it's not very good at calculating the altitude, I don't think. I think we'll also increase the speed slightly, since we're coming in pretty slow for what we're doing at the moment, I must admit. Tell you what, we'll do this descent manually at this stage for now. 1,000 feet per minute. Hold the aircraft at 280 knots. That will do. Let's turn the terrain radar on as well, so we can get an idea of how this approach is going to look. The 220, sorry, should be rather good, yes. The C-Series A320. Can't remember the developer's name, but it is looking very good, the screenshots I've seen for it so far. It's not ads. Microsoft Flight Sim is not releasing on the Xbox One. Only Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X, and that'll be out this summer. So on Twitter, they've announced that the Xbox version will be out in the summer. Otherwise, there is no release for Xbox One. Last gen doesn't get it. Current gen now does. When do you flare? What callouts? Generally you flare around 10:20. 10:20 you start flaring. Welcome, Matthias, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yes, it is possible to play Microsoft Flight on the Windows laptop. It's not the best way to run it, but it is certainly possible. Windows 10. Setting up our approach quickly on the Subsu approach, Subsu 1. Whoops. There we go. So, south, Subsu 1 on nav, runway 33. Perfect. I've seen the Sam Chew video, yes. The most dangerous approach in the world video, I have seen it. I don't know, I do enjoy a Sam Chew video from time to time. Although I've always been more of a Noel Phillips person. Noel Phillips, his vlogs. So far so good. Still a bit bumpy, still a bit windy. The cloud cover over there looking rather interesting. I'm hoping that allows the runway to be visible today, but we'll have to see. Well, I can't release Microsoft Flight Sim on Xbox One because it's too old and the hardware's not good enough. It's old hardware which can't run it, so as a result, they've had to abandon plans to release it on Xbox One. Yeah, the Sam Chewy stuff, because if you watch his video, How I Travel Around the World, he says he pays for everything himself, but there are some things that I feel like he says he pays for everything, but there are some things that I do feel like the airlines do provide for him. I mean, it's not to say it's a bad thing, of course. I mean, in words of his work, he's an investment banker, so he's got a fair bit of money to his name, but there's a lot of stuff that I feel isn't quite as clear-cut as he makes it. I think that's the reason why I like Noel Phillips more then, because with Noel, it's like, what he does, I could also probably go and do. Whether it says, how far can you get in 24 hours on the cheapest ticket possible if you leave from London Stansted to, well, to Kathmandu. I feel like what he does, I could probably actually do that myself personally. I'm not a millionaire, so I can't quite fight as extravagant as Sam does. But no, I like Chewy, I like Noel Phillips. Can't fault them both. Do you play Microsoft Flight Sim off stream? I do play Microsoft Flight Sim off stream. Yes, I do. Yesterday I was flying around in the Blaireaunt 11, which is an old French aircraft built in 1908. Hopefully I stream on Wednesday. It should be rather good. Not American, Morgan. I am British. I'm from the UK. Let's have a look. Is it? Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Paro challenge. Give me a second. Tell you what, hang on. Changing course. Runway 15. Alright, we'll do a runway 15 approach. Give me a moment. We'll, so runway 15, same approach, so no start, no transition. Boy. Give me a moment, this thing's just doing its thing now, so insert directs that. Then that'll do, so Victor Quebec Papa Romeo, runway 15 approach,
We have begun
ETA.
our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time.
Alright, we'll do runway 15 approach.
Feature in the full
Set
upright
up in the
position.
background.
Please also store any carry-on items either in
Correct,
the back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
It's gonna be very yeah, this'll be fun. This'll be fun. Watch out for the mountains, of course. I'm more concerned by the clouds, though. The clouds are gonna make this interesting. Tell you what, what's that next to What's going on there? PR something. $850? No, $850, then it goes $820. So we'll do that, insert that, and we'll hook onto the approach based on where we are now. We'll turn on the anti-ice. This is going to be a challenge. Oh, I don't like the clouds. I do not like the clouds. I hope the runway's visible. If not, we are going to be well, going to be doing something, that's for sure. Reduce speeds to 260 knots. Descent rates down to 1,500 feet per minute. Reduce down to 240. I'd rather come in slower with more assurance than going too fast and, well, end up on the side of a mountain. We're in the clouds. Yeah, that's fine. Spiders attracts. Oh, well, we're not too close to the mountains. Looking at the, well, that's the terrain radar, so it's red to our right. But where we are right now, we're not particularly close. Clouds coming in from the southeast. Oh, great. I'm just hoping, like I said, I'm hoping the coverage isn't super high. Anti-ice is turned on. We'll be holding sense at 10,000. I can see which mountain you're talking about. It's just to my left. The path itself goes around all of that, and therefore we will avoid it. But we are now officially lower than the mountain base on this beautiful approach. It looks beautiful, don't get me wrong. It looks beautiful. The only negative is that I'm the one flying through this. Come on. Come on, Drawyah, you can do it. Altimeter set 1018. What altitude is the airport at? Can someone tell me in the chat? What altitude is the airport at? Oh, don't do this again. Give me a second. I don't know why it does that. Bravo 168. It basically, it gets lost and it decides to start flying its own course. That's going to pause it for the sake of not crashing inside of a mountain. Romeo 168. Give me a second. It's the most annoying thing about the sim, I'd say. Yeah, Romeo 168. $7,500, roger that. See, it's now lost. Insert that. And it won't fly it. It'll just turn left on its own random course. let's try the next one. So the 168 will go to 2826. Doesn't like it either. Oh no, I think it's doing it. Just about. Flaps 1. Reduce speeds to 220 knots. I'm going to be cutting it fine here, but only because this aircraft has no idea what it's doing in regards to FMS navigation. We'll clear it. We'll clear it. The aircraft's just very confused in regards to how it should work. That's my big... It's my biggest gripe for the sim right now, the FMS. Right, we've cleared that at least. We are now back on course. I'm saying the cloud's not helping. The clouds are really not helping this. Come on, plane, don't do this again. If it does, we'll just hand flight. There we go, it's levelling off, perfect. Right, crisis averted, guys. Crisis averted. Reduce speed to 180 knots. Like I say, as slow as possible. Don't rush it. As slow as possible. Preferably get here alive rather than the side of a mountain. Just so I can focus on the rest later. So he's doing it again. Right, autopilot deactivates. Gonna have to hand fly this one because the aircraft's lost basically. Doesn't know where it's going. Directs to Romeo 221. See, where is that going? Honestly, where is this going? We're not gonna crash. We'll be alright. As long as we follow the valley, which we have got some visual of, we'll be alright. You guys have no faith whatsoever. Yes, we are approaching into a very low visibility Paro. We'll start recording this for the replay later. See, we're alright. Not a single problem to deal with today. Follow the river. Ignore the big scary mountain in front of us and we'll be alright. Butter it. I hope so. I do hope so. Would not be doing this in VR right now, that's for sure. Down to 160 knots. Long course. I know I'm climbing. I am fully aware of what we're doing right now because we're looking for a way to kind of pass this bit right there. If we're above 13,000, we should be alright. Yes, this is the approach with the 45-degree turn, so trust me, a late arrival is the last thing on my mind right now. Suicide approach. Hey, we're alright. Touch words. It's a shame because we should be on autopilot right now, but the autopilot's confused as to where we are, and so without that, we can fly. You're feeling nervous. I'm not flying this thing. Nah, we'll be fine. So we make a right hand turn shortly. We cut over that low bit there. And then from there, come into land. Cabin crew, seats for landing, seats for landing. I'm sure the cabin crew was seated long ago. You don't like to come to the airport in real life. I mean, in real life, pilots are trained to do this. In my case, I'm just flying it for the first time, hoping for the best. And by hoping for the best, I do mean I am genuinely hoping for the best. There's no ETC right now, Ajon. This is all... why is there an Aeroflot here? All... runway... All Unicom right now. Taking a right hand turn. We've got to intercept the valley just at the right points. Massive respects for Druk Air Royal Bhutan pilots. Seriously, they are the king of low visibility approaches, I must say. So, I'm going to try and level the aircraft off here for a bit, since we are cutting over the mountains now. I can see the mountain ahead of us, just peeking right there, but we are over it. You look tired. I've only woken up a couple of hours ago. See, this is what I'm working with. Look at that ND. It's a squiggly line that just goes in circles and hopes for the best. It's not the easiest navigation thing to work with this. Your passengers though, they're well, they're used to this. I'm sure they've done this flight before many times. But like I say, the visibility is definitely not making this an easy one for me. Because I want to check, is Paro Airport actually closed right now in real life? Or all aircraft diverting to Kathmandu for later? Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Right, let's give this a go, shall we? Into the valley. Come on, Drawyah, you can do this. Oops, down to 140. Brakes medium. Hey, we're below the cloud cover. We have visual. Thank goodness for that. That's 3. The downside is I think we're a bit high right now, so we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. Right on the other side. Is that the runway in sight? Runway's in sight. Okay, yeah, we're a bit high. What are our options? Side slipping is an option. Kick a bit of rudder in. Whoops. Okay, that didn't quite work. Okay, we'll try that again. Side slipping, not a thing you can do in this sim apparently. Right, well now I've got a feel for the area, and know that we've got a clear runway ahead of us. Let's bring the aircraft around, come in for number 2. So increase speeds to 180. Fortunately, actually, this altitude valley doesn't look so bad. We can follow the lake around and then use the same approach, come in, this time at a slightly lower rate. Oops, no, go back. So we'll announce that we are delayed due to a go around by 20 minutes. Seriously, whoever it was that told me to fly into Paro, I now hate you. Yeah, that's a missed approach. We're going to go over, around, and try the approach again. Altimeter sets. Oh yeah, if we had Jared on board, this would have been a whole different story. Right. Trust me, this is going to make the next stream a lot more interesting. So I'm planning to fly into Kai Tak later on 747. I'm telling you now, Kai Tak's easier than this. Right, let's make a right hand turn. Let's fly the valley around. Flap set to 2 for now. Should be alright for this. We're going to land approximately 8 or so minutes. 8 minutes until approach number 2. Did the other one make it, did it? So I can imagine though the other aircraft doesn't have a bugged out navigation. Now look at this. If I had a look. This is what I'm working with. Random lines that shoot off in different waypoints because I can't do a direct to. And a map that barely knows what it's doing at the moment. I love the sim to death, but some of the aircraft systems just need a bit of work. They're just a bit half-baked. 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 Right. Let's try again for landing number 2, Electric Boogaloo. Hold the aircraft off here. If I had more visual, no clouds, I could probably do this first time. Excuses, Drawyah. You've got a highly sophisticated aircraft that shows you everything in front of you. What do you mean by wrong valley? We're on the approach still. I'll come back in again for runway 15. There's a flight there which went around 6 times, and the 7th, so no rush. Oh yeah, passenger satisfaction not particularly high at the moment because of that. I'm sure you used to be able to side slip in this. You used to be able to side slip, but my attempts at side slipping there didn't quite go to plan. Reduce speed 160 knots. Is there a special technique to land? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And obviously I failed it the first time. So we're going to come in for number 2. No, Qatar, we're not. Next flights will be Taipei to Hong Kong, Kai Tak. Paro in the morning, Kai Tak in the evening. What's the worst that can happen? Gee, that's a low base. That's not 1,000.
Too low, terrain.
That is not 1,000.
Terrain. Too low, 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 terrain. Too low,
Seriously, there's like a
terrain.
fire now. Forest fire or something.
Too low,
Right, we'll
terrain.
skim that. Head to left. Get rid of the clouds? No. Realism all the way. This, realism all the way. Let's fly back to the safe airport. And yeah, let's go back to Kathmandu. Well, I've got a better feeling about this one. I have got a better feeling. Yeah, it's a real plane. It's an A320, Druk Air. And this is a real routes they do. Kathmandu to Paro. Yes, this is live weather right now. Live weather. Imagine if I turned the time back an hour. This would have been horrible, even worse. Even be able to see the ground. Right, so we'll clear this mountain and then start for an immediate descent. So we'll reduce speed to 140 now. Let's go 135. Kai Tak's not in Microsoft Flight Sim, but there is a mod that adds it. And I have got the mod from Red Wing Designs. Right, so it's best in here the altitude call out again, but we are at a higher altitude and are going to clear the terrain without any issue this time. Right, let's do this. Flaps 4. Gear down. Reduce speed to 130 knots. If we can get below the cloud cover again, that makes my life so much easier. Presume the cloud cover hasn't changed. Descends 9,500 towards the valley. Roger that. We are clear of cloud, I believe. Yes, we have got visual. Much better. Much better. If I miss this, yes, if I miss this one, I will be diverting, correct. Right. Let's do this. Gear down, 3 greens, brake sets, spoilers. Oops. Armed. Flaps set. Cabin is secure. We are ready to land. Nope, I mean high tack, Avgeek. I do mean high tack. It's now or never. That'll do. $100 knots. 80 knots. 60 reverses cuts. We are never flying to Paro again. Oh my word, that was a landing. Stick around for the replay. We're going to look at this from the passenger side of view. Don't worry. We're going to stay here to the end. Jesus. That was a flight. That was a flight. Let's exit the runway. I think next time we're driving here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 5:24 p.m. and it's currently about 28 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey. We apologize for the delay. Please coordinate with airline staff as necessary regarding connecting flights or accommodations.
Cheers, quite open for £1. Much appreciated. Yeah, please deposit your sick pass. I'm looking at satisfaction at 60%. I can tell you now, we're going to lose points for, well, nose diving into the ground. It's, Is this taxiway even wide enough? Oh yeah, just about. Just about. I can tell you now, I was stressed for this one. And the sun is slowly setting behind the mountains. Perfect timing, perfect timing. Again, we're doing Kai-Tak later, so if you want to watch more fancy landings, Kai-Tak will be a lot more fun. Thank you, Benjamin, for £10, much appreciated. Best video of the year so far. Cheers, man, much appreciated. That was intense. That was intense. The average acts intense. Let's have a look at the air. Let's have a look at IVAO. What a viewer. Oh yeah, there you go. So he departed, looped around. First missed approach, second approach came in. That was one to remember. Is someone else donate 10 as well? I'll have to check. I've got Benjamin here. I'll have to check if there's another one coming up. Wingtip. Oh, wing's fine. It's a very close fence, this. But we are clearing it. Thank you there, GG Battle, for the £5. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. You guys are all too kind. You're all stars. Actually, no, you're not stars. You had doubts that I'd ever make this landing. No, screw you all. You all suck. Okay, oh, for crying out loud, we've clipped the pole. We clipped the pole. Oh, this is a... That pole was close. I thought, should I move to the side? Obviously, no, I should have done. Take care, Queen of England. See you later. Who put a pole there? Satisfaction went up by 6. I think the satisfaction went up because they're blimmin' glad we landed this thing. I can imagine if we diverted to Kathmandu, passengers would not be happy right now. They would, The Impress had collision physics. Or you don't request refunds, you can have. Just get me to a gate so I can cry myself to sleep. Hello, flights and bests. Well, depends if someone clips that or not. Clip a pole on tax. So basically, this aircraft's now stuck here because of... Oh, yep, there you go. Karma has clipped it. Because this aircraft is damaged with its right wing, and there's no chance of getting repairs here in Kathmandu. So this aircraft has... Oh, it's a brand new aircraft as well. It's the only A320neo in Druk Air's fleet. So congrats, Drawyah. You've probably spent about half the country's GDP. Right, that'll do. Brakes set. APU active. Engines off. Seatbelt sign off. Taxi lights. Oh yeah, got to go for logbook. How long was that? 1 hour and 9 minutes. 1 hour and 9. Taxi lights off. Beacon lights off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paro. We apologise for the go around there, we do apologise for the slight delay, but due to safety we decided that would be easier to try again a second time. Thank you for flying Druk Air, we hope to see you with us again in the very near future. We wish you a safe onward journey. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check. So don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
We have got a replay to
Apologise
watch.
for the go around there, we do apologise for the slight delay, but
I'm sure the replay will be mightily fantastic.
try again a second time. Thank you for flying Druk Air, we hope to see you with us again in the very near future. We wish you a safe onward journey. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check.
If you wish to look at the flight report in detail, actually, let's have a look at the detail. Hang on, where is it? Oh, sorry, it's not even saved. That's why. So end flight. Key Bravo 401, 320neo from Kathmandu to Paro, 1 hour and 9 minutes. We were late arrival, 78 passengers, extreme flying conditions. Wish they'd given us food. Delays are becoming more and more common. Oh, we've got someone who's happy. Recommend you at work. Yeah, if you want this in detail, feel free to prioritise on this. There's the reports. Right. Replay time. This horrible. I hope Kaitax kinds to us later. Disconnect from IVAO. Let's have a look. 2021 117. It's going to be EU. Just give it a second to load. Anyone donating that credit card? In the description, there's a link you can do PayPal with what's it called? Social Blade, not Social Blade, Streamlabs. You definitely landscaped Drawyah very close to the trees Topland though. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Kaita's a cakewalk compared to this. I hope it is. I hope it is. I'll give it a moment to load. Our next flight will be Taipei to Kaitak. I'm just waiting for FlightControlReplay to load. It's just taking a moment. It's quite a long replay that because I actually started recording it for the first approach, which we went around on. So just give it a minute. Why is it taking so long? Yeah, Taipei to Hong... Well, Kaitak is in Hong Kong. Isn't it? I'm fairly sure it is. What airline will it be? It will be, well, 747. Airline's not sure yet. Maybe Cathay, perhaps. Let me try reloading it 2 seconds. Loads, 2021 117. That one. It takes a second. Also, we'll be flying the 747-8 for that one, not the 747-400. Mainly, well, 2 reasons. One, 747-8 has the wing views, therefore we get to enjoy the landing with the different fancy views. Second of all, some people said that 747-400 crashes for them, and therefore, well, if it crashes, best try and avoid that. Still loading. It's not the perfect HAL on FlightControlReplay, but when it works, it does a fine job. Let's see what it's doing on Task Manager, perhaps. What are the resources you're pulling on this thing? Quite heavy on CPUs. You're definitely doing something. Cathay Dragon, sure. We'll do a Cathay Dragon 747 from Taipei to Hong Kong Kaitak. Take your time. It is possible to re-landing, at least we're trying to right now. It's just being slow to load. Next time, Drawyah, if you do go around, stop the recording and record it again later. We'll give it another minute or two. If it doesn't work, then we'll just end the stream here. Kaitak mod, it's a payware add-on. Let me quickly grab it. Where are you? It's on a sim market. There you go. Red Wing Sim Kaitak. €22. And it does look good. It does look very good. Restart Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, Kaitak's closed, but there are mods to open this again, and Kaitak has the more fun approach, and therefore we're doing that. Now, I don't think this is loading right now. I'll speak to the developers later to try and figure out this bug, why you're not loading longer flight plans. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we could sit here for another minute. Ah, okay, good idea, Drawyah. We sit here for another minute.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
All right, let's enjoy this one more time from the passengers' point of view. So for the left, again, it's low visibility. They can't even see anything. You can see the buildings and houses down below. Whew, that is close. No wonder the satisfaction was so low. Can't lie, could have been better, but hey ho, it's a landing, it's what you're gonna get. Let's have a look from the left hand side. So these guys who are looking at the air for most of this approach. Give me a second to find a decent enough starting point. Don't start too far back, because again it's quite a long replay this, so there we go, that'll do. You know, a bit too close perhaps. Thank you there, Martin, for the 444. Thank you for my suggestion. Please don't hate you. No worries, man. I don't hate you. Trust me, I think we had more fun landing today than we have had in a long time on this sim. Seriously, just that whole approach, the whole landing, this was all... We flew, we landed, we conquered. We damaged the right-hand wingtip. There we go. Boom. I think that's the end of that, guys. But no, that was a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting, donating, all that kind of stuff. The usual. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care, have a good one. And I'll see you later for some more Microsoft Flight Sim action. Take care.